Welcome back, everybody. It's been, I don't know, 4-5 months since I made a Eagle Muscle Garage video. Last thing I was working on was the Bronco, and we had the motor rebuilt and transmission done in that, and that turned out awesome. I just been really busy with football and now wrestling with the kids, Christmas break. But now we are working on a 66 Mustang convertible, all original. It's got a 289 in it, 2-barrel. Did a lot of work to this thing so far. I had a memory card corrupt on me, so that's part of the reason why we haven't been doing any videos. But so far, I did valve cover gaskets, I rebuilt the carburetor, gave it a tune-up, wires, plugs, cap, rotor. Gotta do shocks still. I'm currently draining the transmission fluid. But so far I did front brakes, brake lines, everything's new. Front brakes, rubber lines, all new. Brake lines front to back. Everything on the brakes is new, other than the rear drums. Otherwise everything else is all new. So it is running and stopping now. I trailered this from southern Iowa. I went down deer hunting with my old boss. Well, I'd call him my friend now. Went deer hunting down south, and I brought this back to work on for him. And so we are going to be doing, so the brakes are done. So we're going to be doing a tune-up of the transmission. Those are 1/2-inch bolts, or I should say they take 1/2-inch socket to come out. Let that drain. Takes Type F fluid. I got a new filter for it. I got rear shocks for it. I got front shocks for it. So we'll be doing that. Gonna change this transmission filter and the gasket on the pan. We got to clean up the pan and everything first. This is the gasket. All these holes right here. Take a 5/16, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of them. So we're gonna change this filter, and then I also want to show you what the bottom of this pan looks like. This is why you should change your transmission fluid and your filters. But yeah, I know this is a 66 and maybe it's been done before. Who knows? It's got to be done before because there's a cork gasket on it. But here, I just want to show you what this looks like. Really not too bad, I guess, but definitely needs to be changed. It's black. And transmission fluid, if you didn't know, is supposed to be red. So yeah, probably should do that. Okay, looks like 9 bolts here. Pull these off. Yeah, your hands are gonna get some transmission fluid on them, but just is what it is.
Kind of hard not to. If you want to wear gloves, wear gloves. But I am the kind of guy that does not like to wear gloves. And it's not a tough guy thing. It's just I like to feel what I'm working on. And that's what they should look like. 9 of those. Don't lose them. So I'm going to change this filter. And I am going to let this thing drip fluid all night. Clean up that pan. Change the gasket. I'll show you how I do that. Some people do it differently than I do. But I like to use a little bit of black RTV on my gasket just to cover my butt. Then of course follow the torque spec on everything, because you don't want to bend or dent the pan in, and that will make it leak too if you over tighten it around the bolt holes. So this is a C4 transmission. I think it's the smallest automatic transmission you could get at the time in the 60s. The bigger automatic transmission, I think, yeah, they're all 3 speeds. The bigger one would be the C6. That would be what's in like my Torino. But usually the smaller transmissions go on the smaller motors, like the 289s. Like the C4s would be on like the 289s, and the 300s or the 200s, whatever the 6 cylinders were at the time. Okay, that's weird. It looks like there's a 7/16 bolt on the end there. So don't forget that if you're ever doing one.
Okay, so here's the old filter. See, there's a small screen in there. And this is where the 7/16 bolt was at.
So that's right here is where the filter was. So personally, I will clean all this up. I will scrape the sides where the gasket and pan is going to be, and I will clean this all up with brake clean before I put the new gasket and the pan on there. So I got my scraper, got my brake clean, got some towels. I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to install the new filter. Make sure everything is clean, especially the gasket surface, because when you do a drop pan, oil change, filter change, gasket change, you are not changing all the fluid when you do this. Changing some of it, maybe half of it, but you're not getting all of it. But some is better than none. So it should look nice and clean like that before you go back together. So I'm going to put this filter in and tighten it down. Make sure your bolts are clean before going back together. Make sure you don't have dirt and gunk on them. Just wipe them off here with a rag with some brake clean and make sure they're clean before you go back in. And don't forget your last one there at the end. Takes a 7/16 socket. So some people are saying 40 inch-pounds, and then some are saying 96 is what I looked up. So they say 8 foot-pounds, so that is actually 96 inch-pounds. And then some people are saying it's 40 inch-pounds. So I'll start at 40 and see how tight that is. And if I don't think that's very tight, we'll go up to whatever the hell that was, 96. Do that instead. Okay, so we're at 42. And personally, I like to work from the middle out, then go all the way around. We'll suck these up by hand first. So we're gonna start at 42. See how that feels. Yeah, I don't really think we need to go more than 42. There's some guys that don't even use torque wrenches, they just tighten them up, call it good. But this is a classic and I don't want anything to happen to it. So I am gonna follow the torque spec. Okay, now around the world. And then I will tighten up the 7/16. That's tight enough. Okay. Now I'm just gonna let this drain overnight. Just let it drip. And then I'll clean up this pan and then we'll put it back together tomorrow. Okay, so I got that shock in there. Tightened up both the bottoms here. You can use an impact on the bottom backside here, and then a wrench here. And then I just tighten this here down with a wrench. Try not to use an impact on these old vehicles, but I got that side done. Now we have the rear to do, and that's that right there. Got that guy, which will probably snap off, and then you have to take the back seat out of this convertible to get at the top of the shocks. So when I took the back seat out, yeah, everything's living in here. Mice everywhere. So I'm gonna clean this all up too. But yeah, there should be plugs like this. And then that will show right there the top of your shock, both sides. So I'm gonna let these soak here. And I'm gonna clean this up. And we're gonna install new ones. Okay, so I sandblasted this air cleaner lid. Scuff it up here with some, I don't know what the heck are these called. I don't even remember anymore. Rough it up here. Clean it off with some glass cleaner when we're done. I'm gonna get the oils and stuff off of it. You got oil on your hands, so make sure you get it good and clean. Okay, so I didn't touch the top here. I'm just gonna set it down. Let that dry for a little bit. Now, this has some imperfections in it. It's got some pits, stuff like that. So I'm gonna use some primer filler. It's more of a thicker primer. Covers up better. So we'll spray this on and then we'll put a color of blue on top of that. Maybe put a couple coats of this on here. Put a light coat on first. And then we'll let that dry and we'll come back to it. So, we got the back seat out, we gotta clean that out yet. Transmission pan. Gonna clean this up next. Okay, so you don't want to get it on that, of course. I don't like wearing gloves. I think I've told you that, but this is pretty dirty stuff. Spray this down with some brake clean. I'll take the wire brush here, clean it up. Snowing here in Iowa today. Wasn't supposed to be, but it is, of course. Had to go out and move snow at 6 o'clock this morning. Alright, spray it down again. We'll wipe it off. Hopefully I didn't get any on that.
sure you get your gasket off. This bottom side. Clean this up. Make sure your gasket surface is clean. Use a scraper or a sandpaper. Make sure that's all clean. Use a wire wheel too. Sometimes these holes here, they get dented out. You can take a hammer and pound these down again. Throw another coat of filler on this. Put a heavier coat on. Just go around. So like I said before, gasket, everything clean. Your bolts are clean. Now, when I torque this down, I'm torquing it to 120 inch-pounds. That's what the internet told me to do. I'm going to work from the inside out on the pan, and then I'm going to go all the way around the world. Okay? So let's put this up here hand tight, and then we will tighten everything down. It's funny how easy these bolts go in after you clean them. It's definitely worth the time cleaning them. And then you got the right torque spec, everything, it's all clean. Just like to do things right. Good habits, I should say. Good habits. Okay, they're all up there and tight. Now we'll work inside out, cross pattern. So start here. Okay, now one crossed, inside out, and now pick one bolt and we go around the world, counterclockwise or clockwise, whatever way you want to do. Now if I was at Grandpa's, this would be a lot easier on his lift. That's it. I personally like to let that transmission gasket, the gasket maker and stuff, set up for a few hours before I add fluid, run the motor, whatever, before you take off. Just a safety deal so you don't have leaks. But we got plenty of stuff left to do here. I gotta finish shocks. Got to finish painting the intake. We're going to paint the wheels here black again, and then we'll clean up the hubcaps and we'll put them on, and then we'll let it bow back down, and then we're going to wipe this down. We're going to polish this up too. So stay tuned. First coat on the lid. You don't have to throw it all on there at once. Just put a couple coats on at a time. Works a lot better that way. Next thing we're gonna do here, got a new air filter. New air filter for it, which is weird. These things are small. That's a small air filter. I don't know how big that is, but that is tiny compared to the one on like my Torino. But we're gonna clean this up next. Paint this blue again. The top of these rear shocks, I sprayed, let them sit for about, I don't know, day or two. Been busy with work and weight room and kids wrestling last night. So these are 15mm socket on top here. Sprayed them with WD. See if they come off here. So this area really doesn't get any moisture or salt, sand, anything like that here in Iowa. So these shouldn't be bad. On top, it's the bottoms that are probably going to be bad, by the looks of it anyway. Rubber washer, no. Both sides. I have to get the magnet for that one. Okay, let's get this last shock in. Let's paint that blue. Let's add some transmission fluid.
Like I said, just like on the other side, got your washer first, rubber, and then you can go in. Bottom, washer, rubber. This is always to the top. The thicker part's always to the top. Put your bottom on, rubber, washer, and your nut. Go to the top here, right here. Rubber goes first. Washer. Then your nut. Should be able to put a coat of blue paint on this. Okay, we'll let that dry for a little bit. It's starting to look pretty good now after you get that all covered. Check when hot, idle and park. So we'll add some, and then we'll probably have to add some more later. So these old Fords, they take type F transmission fluid. I would not put anything else different in them, because you might ruin something. Now this pan's been sitting all set up for probably 2-3 hours, so we should be fine to add oil. Put 3 in and then we'll call that good. Once we get it running and driving here and we're all done, then we'll check it again. Top it off. Supposed to have a big helper come and help me here, and I haven't seen him yet. I think he's too busy playing Fortnite. I am going to clean this up and paint this either white, probably white, just so it's easier to see. I don't know what color it was at one time.
but it should be a color. Like this one. Oil dipstick, blue. Maybe we'll paint this blue too. Alright, let's put another coat of blue on the air cleaner here. This will be a heavier coat. Look at that air cleaner. That looks nice. Bolt that down next. Tighten the shocks from up top here. 9/16 down below. Okay, should be good. Okay, I'll show you. So there was a different kind of wing nut like you can get at a hardware store. This is what's supposed to be on it, so I am going to put this on there for him. Air filter lid's all clean, painted. New air filter. Carb is all put together. Spring in the right place. Made a bracket for the spring. Strong spring on there. It's supposed to be. So much better. A lot better than it did before.